Hey, what's going on, beautiful people? It is April 17th, 2021, man. Welcome back. Glad you made it. It's another so production. This one's going out straight up, first and foremost, to the Patreon fans. I know we're a tiny little family, but we're growing every day, one little snowflake at a time, tumbling down the hill, forming a big snowball, and before you know it, it's gonna be an avalanche or something, dude. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome back. Hope you've all had a great week. It's Saturday. We did it. It's another Saturday edition, man. Thank God it's Saturday. It's the weekend. Let's get a sip of this coffee. It's a beautiful day outside. It's been a beautiful week. Again, we're halfway through April already, man. Where's the time going? Where does the time go, man? It's flying and we're flying through with it. But that's all there is, man. That's all there is to it. You just take it one day at a time. Try not to make too much of anything, and there's so much negative stuff going on in the world, man. I want you guys to concentrate on yourselves. Know that everything's gonna be a-okay, and we're in it together, man. I got your back, you got my back. Thank you very much if you're a long-time listener and viewer. I appreciate your love and support. If you're just tuning in and it's your first episode, you're like, who the hell's this guy? It's your boy Robbie Rob. Go ahead and check out the previous videos uploaded in the catalog on Instagram, YouTube, and on Patreon. There's a ton for you guys to check out. And yeah, man, we're just going to be building together and hopefully getting more collaborative work in down the line. Man, oh man, it's Saturday, and how did we get here? Where does the time go? It's almost, yeah, it's August 22nd is, I believe, when I started doing these videos. It's been 7-8 months now. Schmovid happened about over a year ago. We're still in it, and who knows what it is anymore, but so many restrictions, so much negative news that we hear all the time, and it's just like sometimes it's really hard to make sense of it all, right? Sometimes you find yourself I find myself anyway, between that hard spot and a rock, somewhere in between a hard spot and a rock, dude. You feel me? Trying to do good things, trying to be a good citizen, law-abiding, be nice to yourself, be nice to others, and sometimes you feel like there's external impediments put upon us by none other than our, extended family members, our brothers and sisters who we go out and elect, who we decide that are going to be responsible in taking care of us. In a larger grand scheme of things, if you will, you want certain things to operate and run in a smooth fashion, i.e. societal infrastructure, dude. Social services. I'm talking about hospitals, I'm talking about firefighter departments, I'm talking about the popo, talking about banks, talking about schools, talking about all that good stuff, dude. And that's the thing, we're all in it together. It's just I've never been a fan of pointing fingers. It's this guy's fault, or wait, that guy's fault, or that lady's fault, or you know what I'm saying? I'm not about scapegoating, dude. That never works. And I don't think we should even give anybody enough power like that. You know what I mean? It's never up to just one person to decide how things should be. It's a collective effort. That's why I want everybody to always be remaining somewhat balanced, dude. Find what works for you. And that's the thing, man. I don't got the answers. All I know is how to ask questions. And in the midst of it all, try to, sprinkle a little comedy on top of that bad boy. Go out there, get some hiking done, come back in here, do a little bit of artwork, let out the creative juices and energies, and that's what it is, man. We're in it to win it, and thank you guys. I want you guys to be doing that same thing, but like same but diff. You know what I'm saying, dude? Do whatever that makes you happy, but I encourage everybody, especially if you're an artist, if you're a creative person, concentrate on yourself and your work, and that's what I'm trying to tell myself, and that's what I'm hoping you guys would hear as well, man. So that's why this weekend, after the Patreon episode, it's been a while that I've been cooking up a storm, dude, as to what I want to be doing with the studio. We want to be changing it up, adding a little bit of touches of artwork that we're going to be personally doing ourselves, and that's how it is, man. Do it yourself. Do it yourself, dude. Do it yourself, and it's going to be fun. So this weekend, I'm going to roll up my sleeves. I've got my paint gear ready. I've got my paint brushes ready. Originally, I was going to work on it on a canvas, but I'm thinking a little bit bigger, dude. I'm thinking a little bit crazier, and we're gonna see what happens. We're gonna see what happens. Hopefully in the coming week you guys will get to see the end result. Fingers crossed it goes well smoothly. I'm pretty sure it's gonna go well smoothly, dude. All in all, I'm very excited, guys. Like I said, it's spring. Brand new opportunities for all of us out there. I just want you guys to be happy, be healthy, be joking around with each other, be having a good time, and yeah, man, just respect yourself and respect others. wish and want the same things as you want for yourself, for other people as well. That's what I tell myself. That's what I encourage everybody to do out there. And we're all work in progresses. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's got it down. But that's the thing. If we concentrate one baby step at a time, we can knock out a little goal here and there every once in a while. Do check it off the list. Feel good about ourselves. Accomplished. Or something. Yeah, man, there's a lot of nonsense going on. There's a lot, and I feel for everybody. I feel for everybody because sometimes you'll get rhetoric and, yeah, you'll get discourse and rhetoric passed down by, governors, by mayors, by premiers, by prime ministers, presidents, dictators, or maybe they're all one and the same at this point. Who knows? Hard to distinguish sometimes, dude, with all the power tripping. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, we should concentrate on what we can do, not focus on the things that we can't do, but at the same time, shine a little bit of light on the things that we can't do anymore, because it's a little bit frustrating at times. It's a little bit frustrating at times, and I want the mass media conglomerates, the news media corporations, to also take a little bit of responsibility, dude, because at the end of the day, it's always like we talk about news or the government or this, that, as if they're this just like magical entity or phenomena happening or occurring all by itself out there. But we forget sometimes that all these corporations, all these news outlets, all these businesses, all these opposing forces, all these entangled people are all actually just people, relatives, family members, distant cousins, your stepmom, whoever. It's just people occupying roles. So sometimes I'm baffled as to how some people would go ahead and make these grand gestures and notions and, yeah, just, forget about a good portion of the population. I'm talking about lockdowns and, forced vaccines, or talks of passport, or more restrictions about movements when you're coming. It's just a lot of mumbo jumbo that's going on, and I find that, at times like this, it's like we depend on science, we depend on spiritual uplifting and religion and the arts, and we should be depending on everything to be working together, not in a competitive manner, but rather in a cooperative manner, man. I don't know why all the beefing's going on all the time. It's like you hear all the, you'll hear the health minister or the whoever's in charge come out with these ridiculous mandates, and then it's backed up by the mayor or the prime minister and or the president, or again your favorite dictator, pick one. And it's just like, man, what happened to these people? Where did you guys, sometimes I fear, that's the thing, I don't ever want to put myself in a box. That's why I like to point out my own flaws. That's why I like to remain human, dude. Sometimes I feel like folksies that we've elected that are in office have lost touch with reality and what it means to be a human being, what it means to be on the ground, what it means to be having to rely on a type of work, what it means to be relying on having access to people and resources. Because most often these regulators, these prime ministers, your favorite dictator, your favorite mayor, whoever it is, man, they're all sitting in very comfortable positions. Maybe they're not super rich, but they're rich enough so that they can accommodate themselves and their family members during these rough times. And it's just like, man, just be a little bit considerate, because there are a lot of people hurting out there, and for us to be only focusing on COVID and, forget or dismiss other factors that have been in play for a very, very long time is going to be detrimental to our long-term health as a society. So all I'm trying to say is, boys and girls, ladies and gents, be nicer to each other. Don't put out crazy mandates, both on a personal level and on a societal level, man. Love yourselves, love each other, and that's what I'm telling myself. Be patient, be lenient with myself, love myself, forgive myself, but also have the same for others. Love other people, forgive other people, allow people to make mistakes, allow people to come in and change their mind. And that's what I want. We are providing each other with the opportunity to change mind and shift gear and shift tide, but sometimes it seems like peeps are just like, playing that same old broken record, whatever it is, something. The record's just, skipping a beat or stuck on replay, playing the same old tune, and we're like, yo, can you play something else, dog? Can you play something else? And it's just like, and that's the thing, man. I feel bad mostly for, average day peepsies, myself included, and also the people that have to sometimes, you know what it is, it's the people in charge, people who pass legislation, laws, rules, and mandate this and mandate that. And one problem that they always seem to forget about is actually enforcing these rules and who has to enforce it. And again, you put out these crazy rules, like you know, we had the incident that went down in Alberta with the church, that the churchgoers wanted to go to the church, but you know, you had roughly 200 police officers just showing up there having to enforce a stay-at-home order or a stay away or whatever it is. Or like you had the uprising in Montreal where a lot of people had to, you know, have had enough. It's been more than a year and they're like, man, what are you doing? You're putting in more restrictions. And the more restrictions on lockdowns and curfews or passport implementations that we are gonna provide, the more we're gonna just provide an opportunity for people to butt heads and have more room for conflict. And this is not the way to go about it, you guys. This is not the way to go about it. I don't feel, yeah, this is a very slippery slope, but you know, giving people that's the thing, like curfews or ride checks to make sure are you traveling between cities. This is all getting very dystopian very quickly. And again, it's time to, you know, just pump the brakes, do a little bit of, you know, observation of what's going on and really make a decision. That's the thing, I'm so surprised, you know, we're gonna have elections in Canada at one point or another. And it's always going to be continuous, but I've yet to hear any opposition leaders, anybody actually making any statements that really resonates with people. I still feel like a lot of politicians these days are just coming in and being the same old politician role. You know what I'm talking about? Just saying certain words, making either empty promises or not really thinking about the people. And that's what I worry about. That's going to hurt us in the long run. I think like right now we've all been hurting for a very long period. And again, this is not just because of COVID. How many times, how many decades in the past, you know, have we had the stock market crash? Have we had the global economy crises, whether it was caused by a large housing bubble? And again, it's just like we continuously seem to be repeating our mistakes from the past. And isn't it time for a change? I think it definitely is, man. I think it definitely is. I don't want people, that's the thing. I think there's always room for talks. I think there's always room for us to listen. And oftentimes when I hear talks of more equality or equity, I always like, the people are always so afraid. Nobody wants to hear anybody out. If I for example talk about the opportunity of people maybe having access to a universal basic income or more affordable housing for that matter, automatically the opposite of that, the reaction to that is like, oh well, this might sound like a socialist movement, or this might sound like a communist idea. Or no, not at all, man. I'm not saying that we should be getting rid of capitalism and competition. I'm a huge fan of capitalism. I've been an advocate forever, dude, and you've heard me say it many times. I think it's led to one of the greatest centuries, or a few centuries that we've had, made a ton of progress, ton of progression in terms of technological advancements, and we've been benefiting from all these advancements little by little. And yes, sure, have we had little hiccups now and again? Absolutely, nothing's perfect, but looking at humanity in the past 100 years, looking at humanity where we are now, it's the best time, dude. Despite everything that's going on out there, I know there's a lot of nonsense, but it's the best of times to be alive for the most part. And I know everybody's situation is different. My heart goes out if you're really suffering out there. My heart goes out. But right now, it just seems like, to me, it seems like, yes, we started initially with a unknown disease out there, but now it's been more than a year, and it seems like we just keep on applying the same old band-aid, and we're not even looking at the numbers anymore, you guys. Again, I keep Googling, just Google it. I don't know anything. I just go on based on what I can research and what I can fact check, and I just type in, give me the global death rate due to COVID, or give me Canada's death rate due to COVID. And for the entire year, Canada has only had 23,000 deaths. Again, Google it. And yeah, globally, I think we've reached, after a year, what I've Googled, I may be wrong, it's saying 3 million for the entire globe, you guys. So take any of these populations, look at your country, you know, just, what I want you to do is just do a little simple math, right? So if you got 3 million divided by 8 billion, it's going to be 8 billion consisting of the global population. It's going to be less than 1% of people that are dying. If it's going to be 23,000 people that have died in Canada, you can divide 23,000 and change, just round it up, 24,000, 25,000, divide that by roughly 40 million people that we have going on in this country, kicking ass and taking names every day. Again, you'll see that the death toll is not even 1%. So oftentimes I'm just looking at these same stats and I hear the same rhetoric and discourse being, amplified in the major media outlets, and it's just like, man, what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? This seems to me like you're taking advantage of people right now. This is just paving the way for larger businesses to come in and take ownership of more properties, and this is a slippery slope, and we're doing a lot of damaging things consistently all at the same time. I want us to be reunited. I want us to be working together, because you should not be even thinking on an individualistic level. There are always going to be actors and agents and other figures, other global figures out there who are looking at ways to find ways of manipulating our society, manipulating our way of behaving, and you don't want to be adding to those flames. And that's the thing that I worry about sometimes. I'm like, man, I know this is a global event occurring, but that's the thing. We need to, as a nation, come together and really, really put on a united front, and Canada needs to step up. Canada needs to step up. I really believe that we are I can only tackle things from where I am. I'm not in any other location at the time being, and your boy likes to rep his home, dude. Canada needs to step up and act accordingly. I don't feel like we're no longer the young nation, or we were maybe always referred to as, the United States little brother or little cousin, but realistically, you guys, we are a emerging powerhouse in the making, whether we'd like to recognize it or not. And I want every country out there to be looking at their situation and, really looking at it objectively and try to make themselves better. But I can't control anything, and we can't control anything too much out of our reach, but we can always focus on our own locality, within our own proximity, and make little changes. And I love my community. I love my city. Toronto is one of the best places on earth, and for many different reasons, because you'll find everything in our city. You'll find everything, and this is the case for most of Canada as well. We've got the same great attitude. We love each other for the most part. The pleases and thank yous that have been a part of our culture. We're so thoughtful. Most of us are very generous people, very thoughtful people, and this is the Canada that I remember. This is the Canada that I want to be passing on to other people as well. A considerate Canada, a Canada that takes everybody's situation into account, a Canada that uplifts its communities. And sure, we've had our share of ups and downs, but we're making progress. And part of making progress is realizing our little weaknesses that need to be tweaked every now and again. And I think it's time to stop applying the same remedy as to a very diverse situation, whether you want to just call it the Schmovid COVID-19 fiasco, whatever you want to call it, Operation Schmovid, dude, or whatever it is. We need to be starting to, we need to apply different remedies and tackle different circumstances. We need to be providing our population with affordable access to childcare. We need to be providing our population with affordable or easier access to housing. Again, let's not widen the gap between the renters and the owners. Let's make it accessible for a lot of people to gain access to a sort of property. So that what's in essence when you give access to resources and you provide an opportunity for people to have a roof over their head, it provides an opportunity for them to actually plant down roots and not only focus on growing themselves, but growing their surrounding area, whether it's their friends, whether it's their neighborhood, providing a business, providing jobs, and these things all need to be collectively worked upon. I don't believe anybody can do anything on their own. I think this is a collective effort. We do all need to just, pay a little bit closer attention, be more mindful, and yeah, sometimes I get a little bit worried because I see some few actors and agents sometimes in different realms, excuse me, really tripping, really going, strong with the grab on power and really just trying to like be the Superman or Superwoman or something. And it's just like, dude, no need for Superman, dude. Your Batman's right here, sitting in front of you or something. Jokes, but for realsies, dude. I'm just saying, let's work together. Let's work together and let's not make our lives any more difficult than they need to be. Yeah, I would hate to see more conflicts, and that's the thing. If we continue down the same line or road or path, we are going to see more conflicts. Like, you're going to want to put down more restrictions in terms of people's travels, ask for passports, this, that we are infringing upon our own rights and freedoms and our own values. And again, other actors, other social agents out there are going to be looking to be fanning these fires, to be inciting more social discontent within our beautiful cities, within our beautiful nations. And that's the thing, we need to be an example. We need to continue to be an example, and I want everybody to do that as well, wherever you are. Make your home, make your place of residence the best place it can be, and together we can just live in a better world, man. After that, yeah, I don't think there's not much, I honestly don't believe there's anything we can't achieve if we put our minds to it. It's just, it takes a little bit of time, takes a little bit of effort, takes a little bit of doing reality checks and inventories. We can do that on a personal level. Your boy likes to do that every once in a while, just to assess where he's at, see if there's any improvements that need to be made, and there's always room for improvements. And that's what I'm saying, man. I would like to, I've yet to hear any proper opposition leaders, any form of good, proper leadership, anybody who's actually in those positions who genuinely wants to help people. It seems like a lot of suits to me. At this time, it just seems like a lot of suits getting in positions and, filling in their own pockets, getting occupied with their own interest groups and, doing behind the scene deals, under the table deals here and there. I don't want to name names. Everybody's, but that's the thing. We should be always mindful, even the small, yeah, that's the thing. Globally speaking, we're really doing well. Canada, the United States, Western Europe, I have a lot of other places need to step up their game as well. And this is just due to experience, guys. A little bit of travel, a little bit of, reading, a little bit of this, that, and the other. And that's the thing. I'm very privileged and I'm very thankful for what I've got, and I'd like to be able to preserve it and use it. And also when there comes a time, I'd like to be able to pass it on to somebody else, whether it's, the new generations. And we should always be striving for that. I'm looking at Canada. I want to know where we're going to be in the next 10 years, in the next 50 years, 100 years, and so on and so forth. And to me, it seems like a lot of people are not planning with any foresight. And all I'm saying is, I see a lot of potential that is not being tapped into. But I want us individuals to take that initiative, rise up, and that's what I'm trying to do, man. Elevate my own voice, amplify my own voice, give you guys a little bit of boost every now and again in however shape, form I can. And together we're going to make beautiful changes, one little, one teeny tiny baby step at a time. And we don't need any radical ideas. We don't need to reinvent the wheel. Everything's already here. We just need to tweak it, make sure it's well maintained and ready to be passed on when the time's going to call for it. And that's all there is to it, boys and girls. It's a Patreon edition. And again, if you're a long time listener, thank you for all your support. Man, we get up to so many different shenanigans up in here, man, talking about jokes, talking about our feelings, talking about societal issues that are concerning all of it. We talk about everything and nothing, and thank you very much for all your love and support. If you like these videos, even if you don't like them, go ahead and like them on Instagram. Again, follow Rob Sadri on YouTube there. You'll get the full-length video. Subscribe, so every time it uploads, boom, you'll get a notification, dude. Get that notification. Click on the Patreon link on my Instagram page. It'll direct you to Patreon. Go ahead, there's 3 tiers ready-made for you. If there's any of those tiers that apply to your life and you want to contribute back, dude, if you want to get something going, if you want to be collaborating in any shape or form, if you have an idea, if you watch something else in the past videos that, ignited a little fire inside you and you want to go on to make something in relation to that, do it up. I always want to be, again, helping myself and helping other people. That's all there is to it, boys and girls, just helping each other and remembering that sharing is caring. I love you guys very much. It's Saturday. Let's have a great start to our weekend. A lot of positive energy and a lot of positive vibes sending out to you with lots of love. Go get it out there, whatever it is. Chase your dreams. Don't listen to anybody else. Come in here Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Check out your boy. Support each other, and we'll talk very soon. Take it easy out there. Peace out.